The mainstream media's portrayal of Christians has long been a topic of debate, with many arguing that the representation is often inaccurate and biased. It is imperative to examine the reasons behind this phenomenon and to explore the possible motivations that drive the media to misrepresent Christians. One of the primary reasons for this misrepresentation is the liberal ideology that dominates the mainstream media. Many media outlets are owned and operated by individuals who hold liberal views, which often clash with the traditional values and beliefs of Christians. As a result, Christians are often portrayed in a negative light, with their beliefs and practices being misrepresented or ridiculed. Another reason for the mainstream media's bias against Christians is the desire to push a secular agenda. The media often seeks to promote a worldview that is devoid of religious influence, and Christians are seen as a barrier to this goal. By portraying Christians in a negative light, the media can create a narrative that suggests Christianity is outdated, intolerant, and irrelevant. This narrative can be used to justify the erosion of Christian values and principles in society and to promote a more secular and liberal worldview. Furthermore, the media's bias against Christians can also be attributed to a lack of understanding and awareness of Christian beliefs and practices. Many journalists and media personalities are not familiar with Christian theology or the experiences of Christians, which can lead to misconceptions and misrepresentations. The mainstream media's lies about Christians can also be seen in the way they report on Christian-related news stories. For example, when a Christian commits a crime or engages in questionable behavior, the media is quick to highlight their faith and imply that their actions are representative of all Christians. However, when a Christian does something positive or heroic, their faith is often downplayed or ignored. This disproportionate coverage creates a skewed narrative that perpetuates negative stereotypes about Christians. Additionally, the media's obsession with controversy and conflict can also lead to the misrepresentation of Christians. The media often seeks to create conflict and drama, and Christians are frequently targeted as a way to generate controversy and attract viewers. The consequences of the mainstream media's lies about Christians can be severe. The misrepresentation of Christians can lead to increased persecution and discrimination against Christians, both in the United States and around the world. It can also create a culture of intolerance and hostility towards Christians, where their beliefs and practices are ridiculed and marginalized. Furthermore, the media's bias against Christians can also have a profound impact on the way Christians are perceived by the general public. When Christians are constantly portrayed in a negative light, it can create a narrative that suggests Christians are unworthy of respect or admiration. In recent years, the rise of social media has provided Christians with a platform to counter the mainstream media's narrative and to share their stories and experiences with the world. Social media has enabled Christians to connect with each other and to share their perspectives, which can help to combat the negative stereotypes and misconceptions that are perpetuated by the mainstream media. However, despite these efforts, the mainstream media's lies about Christians continue to be a pervasive problem. It is essential for Christians to be aware of the media's bias and to be proactive in promoting a more accurate and nuanced representation of Christianity. Ultimately, the mainstream media's lies about Christians are a symptom of a broader cultural and societal problem. The media's bias against Christians reflects a deeper hostility towards Christianity and its values, which is rooted in a secular and liberal worldview. To combat this bias, Christians must be vocal and proactive in promoting their faith and values, and in challenging the negative stereotypes and misconceptions that are perpetuated by the mainstream media. By doing so, Christians can help to create a more accurate and nuanced representation of Christianity, and to promote a culture of respect, tolerance, and understanding.